2019 BMW X2 M35i First Drive. Go, baby, go. With a new M35i model, appears to be doubling down on one of the X2's strengths. After we compared, first, the 2019 X2 M35i has the most powerful 2.0-liter turbo 4 engine we've seen from BMW, producing 302 HP and 332 lb-ft of torque, an increase of 74 in both categories over the X2 xDrive 28i. That boost in power. The X2 M35i also comes standard with all-wheel drive and an 8-speed automatic transmission with updated gear ratios, adding launch control and paddle shifters. A front limited. Aesthetically, you'll have to get a magnifying glass to see the changes over the regular X2, but the grille surround and mirror caps are grey, the rear has an M spoiler and M Sport exhaust system, and 19-inch wheels come standard. You can get 20-inch wheels for $600. But how does it perform? We drove the X2 at the track. The X2 M35i was even more fun. I started driving. Inside the cabin, you won't notice any significant changes. Besides the M's, we've criticized how pricey the X2 is, and as you might expect, this M35i variant is the most expensive X2. Starting at $. If you're looking for a fun-to-drive compact crossover and don't mind the expensive cost of entry, add the X2 M35i to your list.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.